Traveler and Paimon.
Ah, Traveler, welcome. Good to see you.
We want some blackback perch stew.
All right, blackback perch stew it is. Make yourselves at home.
Thanks, Chef Mao. I was just thinking about you guys, and now you're here. It feels like... You mean you were about to come looking for us? Uh-huh. There's something I want to discuss with you guys. Did you happen to see how the city looked on the way over here? Everyone's... Moon Chase Festival? Is that another one of Liyue's ancient traditions? That's right! Moon Chase is a big festival where we celebrate the arrival of the fall by moonlight. The old folks say that but it's completely different nowadays. We eat our favorite foods, spend time with friends and relatives, enjoy the moon and the flowers. So much easier. Basically, we just do all the things that people... Sounds like Paimon's kind of festival. With your great taste in food, Moon Chase Festival is sure to be to your liking. Hey! If you got a problem with Paimon's so are you guys free these days? I'm taking part in this year's Masterful Chefs. If possible...
That's right. Getting some suggestions from friends will broaden your horizon.
Masterful Chefs, huh? So is that... Right, yeah! I guess you probably... Every year, Moon Chase Festival has a different theme, usually picked by the Qixing. This year's theme is Feast of the Bounteous Land. I totally agree! I heard it was Ningguang that came up with it. Well, I want to take part in the competition. Coming up with new dishes is hard work. And so, I was thinking... I could get the two of you to help by gathering everyone's thoughts on what makes a great dish. This'll be a piece of cake! We've got friends from all over the map, haven't we? You sound pretty confident. Well, you know, not to brag, but first things first. Let's have a delicious one-man meal. After that, we can go around to all of our friends and... Okay, great. Also, Goba should be back soon.
Here's your blackback perch stew, folks.
It smells so good!
It's my pleasure.
That was so delicious.
Xiangling can be a bit of a handful, so please look out for her while...
Come on, Dad! Why would you say that?
Because I know you all too well, my dear. That's why. You mustn't be quite so reckless when you're out in the wild, you understand?
Don't worry, we're all friends here. Let's all look out for each other. Ah, and Guoma's back. All right, let's pack up and head... It's outside the box thinking that we're looking for, right? Hutao always seems to have a unique perspective.
What? My ears are burning. Did somebody say my name? Yeah, it's Paimon and the Traveler. Oh, and
of course, Hutao.
Meaning you're here for some other reason, right?
Well, Hutao, I wanted to ask you.
What food I like? Off the top of my head, I don't really...
Wow, so even Hutao gets lost.
Come on, even the chirpiest birds clock out for the night, right? I'm no different.
Pretty sure clocking out isn't... Right! There's no need to overcomplicate it. Just pick...
I see. Launching a new dish? Well, let me say right off the bat, nothing weird, okay? Some poached
fish and shrimp dumplings. That's a bit ordinary.
Well, it is and it isn't. Think about it. Poached fish is hot and spicy with a powerful aroma. It's a dynamic dish. Add a side of shrimp
Dynamic? Oh, I can do...
No, not that kind of dynamic. A dish is more than substance, it's a mood. Poached fish is red and spicy. It elicits a response from the eyes, ears, nose. Shrimp dumplings are more subdued, clear and smooth with a pure and subtle fragrance. I call that static. Combining dynamic and static is how you create a perfectly balanced meal. A union between opposite but complementary features coexist.
Paimon didn't follow that at all. Okay. Dynamic and static. Opposite, but so is this just another way of saying you should keep everything balanced?
Bingo! Except I don't think you need to have a sweet dish for it to be a complete meal. Personally,
Okay, I think I got it. At first I thought you were just goofing around, but how did I ever doubt you? When it comes to telling tales, the story...
sounds suspiciously like a compliment. Uh-huh. Well, at least one of you. Everything in this world runs on its own set of principles. Be it the circle of life or sugar and spice.
Since the Traveler seems to approve, I'll make sure to factor it in. Paimon thinks we're pretty much done here now.
Bubbu Pharmacy? Yeah, you'll definitely get some interesting...
Oh, it's you. Is Why, if it isn't the special guest who seldom visit. Less busy than usual, Yikes! Oh, what happened to Baiju's voice? Excuse me? The neck. Oh, it's just Changsheng.
Welcome, welcome. Here to procure an herbal...
No. We actually came for the I'm entering this year's cooking competition, so I wanted to ask you both... Oh, wait. Most astutely self-corrected. You need to know what food... It's all the same.
Chi-Chi has some gustatory dysfunction and can't taste any food. Make no mistake...
Oh, I understand. That's fine. Still, I'd expect Chi-Chi to have some sort of dietary preferences, though. Sensation? Yes. They're coconut milk. Nice. And... Well, that doesn't help us. It's not a... How about you two? Any thoughts? I like bite-sized morsels of...
I agree with Changsheng. Many of our patients are the elderly and young children. They find large chunks of fowl or seafood difficult to swallow and digest. We also see plenty of people with colds and sore throats who find it difficult to eat rich food. From a pure...
Got it! Would that be medicinal soup? Medicinal soup.
I must apologize for having such a one-track mind. It's a little difficult to think about food without worrying about...
That's okay. Everyone's input counts. Keeping it seasonal and suitable for all ages sounds like a pretty good idea. Medicinal dishes have higher demands in terms of nutritional balance than the kind of food I normally cook. I don't usually focus on food with substance. Always better. It's a great suggestion. You're welcome. As long as we could help. It's great to have a doctor's unique perspective. I'm feeling
Oh, how you flatter me.
Receptivity to sensible suggestions make for... Oh, she is! Creating new dishes is Xiangling's favorite thing to do. You can be sure she'll... Everyone's got their hobbies, and mine is cooking. Usually I just go with my own ideas, but great! That makes this whole trip worth... All right, time to move on to the next. So we've got an independent thinker's perspective, and a health... Many of Leo's ancients have followed the Adekai footsteps.
Oh, it's the Traveler in Paimon. And Xiangling.
Greetings, friends. It's been a while.
Hey, what brings you here?
Has something happened? What's with this great big stone on the ground?
Long story. So, just to confirm, I will assume responsibility for handling this stone of unknown origin. Any objections?
None here. You know how to get things done, Kuching.
Should I take this to mean that you...
Huh? Well, for starters, Ketching is the one who's always out running errands, rain or shine. Besides, you don't seem to give a wooden more about this whole thing anyway, so what—
I was merely joking. You, meanwhile, seem only too ready to pounce when an... By no means. You wish to know about the stone, I presume. Then let me invite the great seafarer
You... Fine. Well, it's a big one, right? And such a smooth surface, too. Makes you think there's...
It was found by a fishing crew, not far off the coast. It must have been...
Finds like this cannot be kept as private property, and must be submitted to a holder of public office. Placing it into our custody...
So, what's inside?
Well, we've hit it with just about every weapon we could get our hands on and haven't managed to even dent it.
No weapon could smash it open.
Kuching has taken an unusually keen interest in this giant stone.
Let's put that aside for a second. Traveler.
Actually, we were looking for...
Oh? Hopefully not because there's been some sort...
No, nothing like that. Paimon's just getting careful.
Food preferences?
I have rather simple tastes. Precise, pure, smart.
That's your idea of simple, huh?
I summed up my culinary requirements in 4 words.
A few weeks out on the open ocean would fix your flawed definition of simplicity.
What about you, Beto?
Me? If it's freshly cooked and piping hot, that floats my boat. If it's got a little chili pepper in there, too.
Paimon thought you would have said bar food.
Oh, bar food work.
As for me, it's got to be seafood.
Okay, got it. So, seafood, and that's where I would disagree. Traveler, surely you've heard...
Oh my, they're my favorite.
You need to wash and devein the shrimp, wrap it in finely sliced potato strips, then deep fry it to perfection. There's no rip. They're very precisely put together. They taste pure. The presentation is smart, and the skilled... Huh. So what you're saying is, for all the frill...
I heartily agree. Golden shrimp balls are a prime example. Their essence lies in combining art and nutrition.
Okay, got it. So Kuching the...
I didn't say that. Did I?
Alrighty. Thanks for all your input.
Traveler, Paimon, do you have anything good? I'd like you to help me investigate something.
You picked the right people for the job.
My thoughts exactly. The Qixing has a public duty to deliver our final verdict to the I'm sure you've become acquainted with the general background of the Moon Chase Festival. However, my grandfather was a researcher of Liyue's traditions. In his notes, he indicated that there was a deity called the Stove God in ancient Liyue, which people paid tribute to at a certain time of the year. Very few written records make mention of the Stove God, and those that do are notoriously confusing. Some scholars believe that the Stove God was just another title held by the Lord of Geo. One folktale even claims that the ancients found the Stove God's shrine, but there was no statue. Shortly after it was found, the stone was lost in transit, and it hasn't been seen since. After many years of researching ancient texts, my grandfather came to believe that the practice of paying seasonal tribute to the Stove God may be best described as a festival. He called it the Stove God Festival, but this is all just theory and conjecture. To prove any of it, we'd need to start by now that Rex Lapis has passed on, and Liwa has entered the age of humankind. His successor should continue. That's why I think the responsibility for this situation should fall to me. It's a chance to shed light on our history, revitalize an ancient tradition, and possibly... It was just a couple of days ago that we received this stone. Right after we decided to use food as the central theme for...
3 birds with 1 stone, huh? That's pretty efficient. Hey, don't worry about that. This sounds super important. Besides, we're only... Wait a second. I got it!
What? Why are you shouting?
Ka-ching, can I tag along for your investigation?
But...
Since it's all about the stove god, I might get to learn something useful about cooking along the way. Please, let me come along, I promise.
If it means that much to you... Okay, I suppose...
Really? Yay! Thank you so much!
Now that that's settled, time to get going. Chinsa...
Alright, then it's off to Chinsa... Hi, Granny. We need your help with something. Are there any old books around Chinzhe village? You know...
Oh, looking for ancient text. There is an old warehouse over there, property of the Fэйюnь Commerce Guild. Many books are stored.
The Fэйюnь Commerce Guild's youngest? You must be talking about Xingqiu.
Paimon didn't know they had a warehouse here.
Help! Ah, I'm being robbed!
It came from that direction. Come on!
You're up!
With sword comes shadow. Stand clear. Swirl, mark 2. Don't blink.
I've come here to clean the book warehouse plenty of times before, but this is...
Are you all right?
I am, thanks to all of you. Hey, wait a minute.
We'll try not to take up too much of your time. I understand that this book warehouse is the property of the Fэйюnь Commerce Guild. Could you advise whether we might...
The stove god?
Huh? Real?
Yeah, a friend of mine who conducts research mentioned it once before. We use stoves for cooking, and some people think that the stove is a gift from the Lord of Geo. That's...
Seems logical enough. But do you have any book...
Oh, any questions? Please, ask...
Hey, it's Chongyun and Xingqiu.
Hello, one and all.
Hey guys, what are you doing here?
I was bored with nothing to do, and thought I'd come out this way for a bit of reading.
Yes.
I see the Yuheng Kuching is with you. Whatever brings you here must sure...
Master Xingqiu, if I may be so bold, do you have...
Since I personally selected which volumes to store here, I do have some if my memory betrays me not. There is one volume among them called...
Might I take a look?
Certainly. If it pleases my lady, I shall lead the way. Sheng, I will take care of things here.
They're back! So did you find it?
Yes, Master Xingqiu has quite an exceptional memory. It says the following. The body of the dragon wielded a tail that could eclipse the sun, and claws to command fire and teach the ways of wisdom, receiving the gift bequeathed unto them.
The body of a dragon? The stories about Rex Lapis...
That much is true. But this is the only passage in the whole book. There's nothing further to discover here. It seems we'll have to look it up.
I come from a long lineage of exorcists, and our family too has amassed a number of ancient texts. Now that you mention the stove god, I seem to recall reading somewhere that this...
Books are penned by people. All they can do is show what the author was thinking. Everyone's mind is different. I apologize that we could not help in a more substantial...
Your help thus far is quite ample. Liyue is a vast and rich land. All things that existed here in the past have left their trace. So long as... Thank you all. We will continue our investigation.
Hold up. I had a question too.
Food? Oh no.
Yeah, I totally am. What's wrong? You...
Xiangling, this is a major event. I beg you, please don't cook anything
What do you mean, strange?
Mushroom slime stew to give...
Okay, fair enough. That dish isn't my most popular. But that's why I'm doing all this research, so I can create...
Well, in that case, I like cold food.
That's 'cause you can't handle hot and spicy, right?
Yes.
My tastes are on the mild side. I prefer gentle dishes with minimal seasoning. Soups and stews, vegetable...
No surprises from the Guhuagi. Okay, another mild child.
These are just personal preferences, and everyone's are quite different. Are you sure this eclectic mix of opinions will be of any use?
Of course! You're my customers, and putting a smile on customers' face...
Though Xiangling's market research blade stabs often into the dark, her heart never...
If anyone can win hearts and minds with their cooking, it's gotta be someone like Xiangling. No, where's all this praise coming from? Sorry for holding you all up. That's all I needed to know. Over to you, Kuching. Where to
So we've learned the stove god allegedly made an appearance at the Guili Assembly. But today that place is largely away. Wangshu Inn is close by, so let's stop off there on the way over and see what we can find.
Forgive us, for this is where we must part.
Yes, best of luck. If you run into any difficulties...
Let's go! Next stop, Wangshu. There's Yan Xiao!
Huh? Oh, traveler.
Friends of ours! Allow Paimon to introduce Xiao.
Kuching? Of the
Hi.
It's not that. It's... I mean, I'm just your typical commoner. I've never met someone as...
Look at that strong body. Those powerful hands.
So, is there something I can help you with?
Let me fill you in.
Ah, okay.
Legends claim that the stove god once appeared at the Guili Assembly, as Wangshu Inn is the oldest extant building in this area. And is there a room in this inn for storing books? And if there is, do any of them mention the stove god?
Well, now that you mention it, we do have a fair few ancient texts here. I remember looking through an old recipe book once. If you are happy to wait here for a few minutes, I'll... Oh, traveler, there's something I need...
What is it? We need to pay up.
What? No, I wouldn't take your money. We're all friends here. I just...
A satisfying salad? What for?
Yeah, guy who hangs out on the roof terrace, you know? Good-looking fella.
Shh! Don't you think he...
Oh, right. Yeah, maybe. The boss told me to take care of him, but this guy... Let me tell you, but the boss tells me you once made him a satisfying salad, and it all went down so well. So, I was thinking, could you teach...
Oh, so this is for Xiao!
Well, that's life, right? You gotta look out for your own people. All right, then. Wait right...
Clock is ticking! 15...
Sorry for the trouble, traveler. Okay.
Here you are.
Thank you ever so much.
While Kuching's reading her book, let's make... Oh, I'd love to come watch too, but I don't want to get in the way. Okay.
Go ahead and get started. I'll just watch from over here. I only need to watch you make it.
That should do it.
All right, thanks for that.
You got all the steps down, right?
Of course. Don't forget, I am the...
Let's go see what Kuching and Xiangling are up to. Kuching, Xiangling!
You finished cooking? Good timing. We've...
And? Useful?
Useful. There is a passage concerning the stove god. I quote, 60 miles to the northwest is the Guili assembly. Many were settled there. When the stove god descended, one god became many, all of which were the height of children. As does a star when it descends into the world, so the stove god went out among the common folk and taught them to create fire. This is a radically different account from the one given in demystifying the legends of...
One god became many.
Taking the text at face value, that is what it said.
Went out among the common folk and taught them to create fire.
Now that's a god who truly cared.
So, we've got 2 leads, but they contradict each...
By continuing our investigation and reserving judge... Thank you for this text, Yen Xiao.
It's my pleasure, really. Think nothing of it. Listen, you've helped me an awful lot. Not just today, but in the past, too.
Wow, he sure sounds confident in his cooking. I like that. I really want to try his cooking. I say we take him up on his offer.
It's hard to refuse a generous offer. Yen Xiao, we await your call.
I won't
Everybody, please be seated!
You think you own the place.
I'll sit here with Guoba.
Here we are. That's everything you...
It all smells amazing. It smells beautiful.
Strange. I never would have guessed that such a gifted chef worked here. This inn isn't
Everyone likes a good meal, whether they're staying the night or just stopping by for a bite. We call it an inn, but the fact is it's much more than that. We have to cater to all aspects. Please enjoy your meal at your leisure. I should get back to work now.
Yen Xiao, are you taking part in this year's...
Huh? You too?
Yup, I've signed up already, and I've got my eyes on the prize.
Huh. Interesting.
What was that? Some guy...
No, it seemed more sportsmanlike than that.
Yup, he's a really talented chef. His food was excellent, and it showed he has a level-headed personality. That's the kind of chef that... I haven't had any competitive cooking experience since my cook-off with Brooke in Springvale. You're too kind. Guoba, what are you doing?
Guoba's eating the...
Those were Kuching's! How could you steal them while she wasn't looking?
Oh, my golden shrimp.
Huh? You ate every last one? Guoba, I'm so sorry, Kuching. I promise. What's the big deal? We can just get another plate. After all, it's yet... It's not the same, though. The moment's gone. Sure, you can eat something else, but you can never go back. The dining experience is a trinity of emotion, food, and atmosphere, and you've got to have all...
I have to say, now that you mention it...
I'm gonna make it up to you, Kuching. Is there anything you want to eat? Anything at all. Whatever it is, I'll make it for you.
I don't have high hopes for this. But equally, I don't want her feeling guilty. If you insist, there is one dish that perhaps you could try making.
No problem.
I'll get it to you when we're back in Liyue Harbor. Traveler, have you finished eating? Before we do anything else, let's head back to... need to go home to fetch my grandfather's notes. Let's meet at Wanman.
Great! I'll go get everything ready. Traveler, what about you? Are you gonna...
I actually have something to discuss with him.
Okay, gotcha.
Traveler, come here for a moment. I need your advice on something. What do I need to...
Seriously? That's
What's so strange about it? Why are you...
You're super smart, and you're always so sure of yourself.
Well, that's just ridiculous. Xiangling's always so warm and friendly with me. This time especially. And now she's desperate to do me a... I'm just not used to dealing with people who are so warm right from the get-go. How exactly am I supposed to respond to that? Noted.
What's making Kuching so self-conscious?
Incoming!
As expected of my daughter, her culinary skills...
Hey, we're here! Hey, grab a seat. I'm just running through my Oh, we're gonna do... What is it? But this is your idea! What? Okay, so back at Wangshu Inn, we noticed you and Kuching... Yep. Kuching's good-natured and easy to be around. You're a braver person than Paimon. The first time we met You think so? I remember thinking straight away that she was really easy to get along with. Didn't you see her? Yeah, she's great. We know that now. We're just talking about first impressions. Oh, okay. We've eaten shellfish before, but I don't think we... Oh, you're missing out. I'll grill some for you another time. But anyway, Kuching's like a shellfish. Not to mention that even after her favorite food was stolen away, she was... You make a good point, you know? Xiangling's intuition for people seems really spot on. All right, let's see. We're okay for carrots and crab. Huh? What was that noise? What's going on? What the... That bird is huge! Ah, it's the ladybird!
Excuse me. One shall not be addressed. One shall be known as Adeptus, whose name...
Cloud Retainer.
Well spoken. One shall let this young lady's a while it has indeed been, traveler. Does one surmise correctly that you haste... Ah. So even the illustrious traveler had...
The theme?
The very same. Moon Chase Festival falls during the season when many cooking ingredients are ripe. Let it be known that one's culinary proficiency and ingenuity is uncontested in all the world.
Supreme cuisine what? What's a supreme cuisine?
Patience. One's purpose here today is to meet and to greet. Nothing for traveler. You are one who has witnessed much of the culinary world.
Oh, so we're officially...
That which is implicitly understood needs not be made explicit. I shall say no more and dwell here no longer. Await my word. Be there or beware.
This bird always disappears just as quickly as she shows up. She seemed like someone very prestigious. She definitely loves her...
What are you all huddled together over here for?
Yay! Kuching's back!
Sorry I kept you waiting, Xiangling. This is the recipe from my grandfather's notes. They're not in the best condition. Unfortunately, the texts my grandfather worked with were very old. Usually faded, damaged, or both.
Oh, okay. Let me take a look. Give me some time. I need to...
Sorry for the trouble.
That voice sounds familiar.
Sorry to interrupt your conversation. I was in the area buying...
You mean Cloud Retainer? I saw her too. She just suddenly showed up right in the middle of the street.
Lady Kuching, you saw her too? Do you, have a moment?
What is it, Ganyu? Has something urgent come up while I've been out?
No, it's nothing work-related. I wanted to ask about...
A personal matter? Involving me?
Please, Lady Kuching? This is really important to me.
Oh, okay.
I noticed Cloud Retainer was here for quite a while. Did she say anything...
About your childhood?
What? Really? I was getting really worried. Once she gets talking to people, she tends to go off on all—
Your name didn't even come up, so you've nothing to— Ka-ching, how are you not asking a bunch of questions right now?
Please, no, don't do that to me.
Of course not. Whatever it is, I'm not curious, and if Ganyu has a secret and she wishes to keep it that way— yes, ma'am.
Ka-ching, I thank you. You're so kind and
What's that got to do with— honestly—
Oh my, you're right. I should. Okay, everyone.
Hey, what are you trying to say? Don't worry, Ganyu.
Thanks. Hope to see you again soon.
Just ignore her. Hey, everyone! I just had an idea. It only occurred to me when that Adeptus showed up. Ooh, could be. I don't want to assert either way. In that case, we should go ask the Adepti about it. Master? You mean— Uh-huh. She's over at Yuijing Terrace. Come on.
Cheap and tasty chop suey!
Not yet. Time for some Moonshake specialty?
Madam P— I did not expect that. Master, how are you keeping these days? Are you well?
Oh, very well, thank you. What a surprise it—
Hello. Master, we came here because we have a question for you.
Of course I know the story.
Does this mean you—
Ah, I see. How interesting.
That's right. We're investigating something that happened.
I see. The Great Stone. I must commend your guesswork this far. Moon chase was originally a rite observed by the Adepti, not something in which the on nights when the moon shone bright. Later, Rex Lapis unified all of these various festivals under the Moon Chase name to honor an old friend of his. In short, the heavens were our witness as we vowed—
Rex Lapis.
That friend made many contributions to Liyue, and Rex Lapis would not have them go unrecognized. I can only presume that the Stove God Festival was—
In the hands of Rex Lapis, our nation's traditions were faithfully upheld.
Ah, Kuching, I simply won't allow you to be so down on yourself. Nothing would delight Rex Lapis more than to know that—
Thank you.
Lady Kuching!
Huh?
Lady Kuching, Lady Ningguang wishes to speak with you.
Ningguang's looking for me? Must be important. Please excuse me, everyone. There she goes.
Do you want to know who Rex Lapis—
Oh! Hi, guys!
Yes, precisely. There are few genuine coincidences in the world. The Stove God was a good friend of mine, too. What a pity it is.
How could that happen?
It is to everyone's regret that the Stove God passed. But gods,
cannot be fully destroyed, and
Really? Master, you must miss the stove god.
yes. I'm pleasantly surprised to find that Kuching is investigating this. She is a tenacious child, and anything she sets her... Unfortunately, however, I cannot simply give her the answer. Kuching's grandfather once researched the stove god, and now she follows in his footsteps. Since Kuching...
You knew Kuching's
Of course! I count all the people of Liyue among my good friends. Grandparent and grandchild are definitely made from the same mold. Both diligent enough to take on anything, and I like to think of Liyue as my own little potted plant. I've watched it grow and blossom, and it grows more beautiful, for new blossoms must bloom on the branches if the tree is to remain evergreen. My dears, you are absolutely right to focus your investigation on the stone. It is... I should like to see the stone for myself, if you would lead me to it.
This is a peaceful neighborhood.
Please be mindful of your personal safety.
You're all here. I was just about to send someone to...
Kuching, has the stone undergone...
A crack has appeared in one corner, but we still can't tell what's inside.
What happened? Did someone chip it with...
More likely a natural occurrence. Our weapons have had...
How would a natural occur...
This is because the stove god draws power from the actions of the masses. The heat...
All the books say the stove god is the deity of food. So is the stone...
Statues draw power from their people. So, if the stove god has dominion over... Ningguang and I chose Feast of the Bounteous Land as this year's theme. And now every chef signed up for the competition.
Plus, a lot of families have reunion feasts around this time. With everyone back home, the whole city's bustling with people. So if the stone cracked because Leo started getting festive, that must mean that's gotta be it. Right, Master?
Well...
Okay, the fact that cooking is involved gives us a perfect... The selections phase of Masterful Chefs will be held indoors and seen by only a few people. But the finals will be held outside in public. Everyone who...
And when the finals end...
It's definitely a possibility.
Well, I've already signed up, so I should be...
Yes, for a chef as accomplished as yourself.
All this talk of cooking competitions is making Paimon hungry.